Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The honorable examiners of this midterm examination, Miss Interview MPD, and all my beloved friends. Good morning. Well, in this class this morning, introduce myself that my name is Nesa Sarabihandawia as the moderator and the first speaker. And also, I'm not alone here, but with my partners. They are Fahmi Ramadan as the second speaker and Rahmawati as the last speaker. Okay, in this beautiful morning, friends, we would like to explain about our research project assignment with the title "The Use of the Duolingo Platform in Developing Young Learners' Vocabulary Mastery." Okay, immediately to the chapter 1, it is about introduction. For the first, the background of the study. The background of the study divided into several important points. For the first, there is the ideal condition relating to the phenomena. Friends, according to DESI 2020, vocabulary is considered as the most important unit needed to master a second language. Okay, learning vocabulary first will make a person better able to master other skills such as reading, listening, speaking, and writing. Because without knowing vocabulary, it will be very difficult to understand a second language, and it will be difficult to communicate with native speakers. Okay, friends, but we have any problem here. Although vocabulary is very important, there are still many students who struggle in learning vocabulary, especially vocabulary of young learners are still minimum. Furthermore, with the learning vocabulary, the student may not understand the conversation. Okay, and the above problem can be caused by uncommunicative learning, lack of motivation in vocabulary acquisition, and teachers who are monotonous in teaching vocabulary. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so it is very important to research why, because the problem has negative impact to increase vocabulary, to increase young learners' vocabulary mastery. But don't worry, because we have a solution for this problem. The student needs some application to facilitate this problem. One example is Duolingo. It is an application and website that was created to facilitate learning various languages such as English. Besides, this application can be motivation for young learners for knowing basic vocabulary and creating communicative learning between student and teacher. Okay, for the last, it is about the research objective. Research objective. This study aims to investigate whether the Duolingo platform affect the junior high school student vocabulary mastery. Okay, that's all from me. For the next speaker is Fahmi Ramadan. Fahmi Ramadan, please, time is yours.
I will explain Chapter 2 about the review of related literature. Duolingo as an educational language tool to enhance EFL student motivation in writing. The Duolingo is an app where every beginner can start learning a second language as motivate her or him to keep on making progress. Habibi 2020. To know the use Duolingo for motivation students is writing, while our study is to know the use of Duolingo is young learner vocabulary mastery. Duolingo as a bilingual learning app, a case study. There is a positive effect of student ability in mastering vocabulary without using Duolingo. Ada 2018. It is conducted in MR, while our research will conduct in 7th grade of junior high school. And the next slide. Jascopa 5 2014 say that Duolingo is seen as the future in language learning and global communication. Therefore, the Duolingo application is important for students because it can increase student motivation in learning English. And the next chapter will be explained by Rahmawati. Samisha.
Now, I will explain the chapter 3 about research methodology. We divide research methodology into 4 parts. The first part is research design, the second part is research population and sample, the third part is data collection, and the last part is data analysis. Now let's move to the first part, research design. This study will conduct the quantitative research and it will use a quasi-experimental design as the method. According to Barry Gibbons, 1997, a quasi-experimental design useful in addressing evaluation question of the effectiveness at the program, which is in our study is Duolingo application. Then, according to Creswell 2012, the formula of quasi-experimental design is described as follows. The first one, select the control class, which is in our study is B class. Then we conduct pretest. Then for control class, there is no treatment. Then we will conduct post-test. For the next step is select experimental class. In experimental class, we will use the treatment which is Duolingo, but before that we will conduct the pre-test, then give a treatment, then conduct the post-test. Now let's move to the second part, which is research population and sample. The population of this research is 7th grade student of Madrasah Sanawiyah Al-Falah Biru. This population is chosen due to several reasons. One of the reasons is one of the researchers come from the research area and quite familiar about the educational development in that research area. And the second reason is most of samples come from village and they are less interested in learning English. Okay, the number as is stated before, the number of young learner students in class Madrasah Sanawiyah Al-Falah Biru, which will be as a sample, is 25 students in each class. The first thing that we should do is examine the instrument, which is multiple choice question to 7th grade student of Madrasah Sanawiyah 1 Garut. And now I am going to explain the last part of this research. After researchers collect the data of pre-test and post-test, the researchers compare the result of scores of the data pre-test and post-test. Then the data will analyze and determined with the statistical calculation of the test formula by 5% degree of significance. The test in this study will use to test the result of the mean of the difference between experimental class and controlled class, whether there is a significant difference or not. But before the test hypothesis is necessary to analyze. It is called a normality test and homogeneity test. A normality test will use in order to know whether the data collection from experimental class and controlled class is distributed or not. And the second test is homogeneity test. The homogeneity test is used in order to know to determine whether the data from both classes were homogeneous or not. Homogeneity tests also use as PSS statistics with the significance level more than alpha 0.05. And the third test is t-test. t-test is the data analysis process in order to know the significant difference between students' vocabulary knowledge using Duolingo application in experimental class and student vocabulary knowledge without using Duolingo application in controlled class. And if the t-test result shows significant two-tailed more than significant alpha 0.05 or 5%, then the null hypothesis is accepted. But if significance two-tailed less than significant alpha 5%, then the alternative hypothesis is accepted. Okay, I think that's enough from our group. Thank you for your kind attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.